I always felt that the film was great, and I still do. I think it's a great film. At that time, in the middle to late 70s, almost everything that I had done was successful, and I felt that Sorcerer was the best I could possibly do.
This might seem like a surprising claim by a filmmaker whose work includes The Exorcist and The French Connection. And yet William Friedkin's infamous box office bomb, which went on to derail his career, continues to inspire directors to this day. What made Sorcerer so shocking and controversial? And why today is it seen by many as an undersung masterpiece? This is your favorite filmmaker's favorite film, Sorcerer. Before we assemble the team, subscribe to StudioBinder and click the bell to stay up to date on all our videos. Start your engines. Sorcerer is a 1977 film directed by William Friedkin. For a long time, it was remembered only for its disastrous shoot and reception.
Anytime a director tries to make a big movie that's difficult and that's challenging, there's always those three movies: Sorcerer, Apocalypse Now, and Inquiry, The Wrath of God, looking at you, telling you, no, you're just making a movie. Maybe you're fighting for the time to do it and do it right, like say it's something like when I do Kill Bill. Nevertheless, I'm not William Friedkin in Brazil or wherever the hell he was, shooting in the jungle, doing Sorcerer.
The film, a loose adaptation of the novel The Wages of Fear, follows four men tasked with transporting trucks of dynamite in Central America.
We're carrying 3 cases each. 1 is enough to blow your fire. 6 cases will blow out the whole field. That means you don't think all the trucks will make it. One of us is a backup.
We want double and legal residence, or we don't drive.
You leave in 4 hours.
Because Friedkin insisted on shooting on location and prioritizing realism, the film's production was arduous and expensive, with multiple cast and crew having to leave the film due to injury and sickness. Friedkin claimed almost half the crew went into the hospital or had to be sent home. While the movie's star, Roy Scheider, noted the production made Jaws look like a picnic. The horrors of the production continued into the movie's release. On top of the negative reviews, Sorcerer had the bad luck of going up against a movie called Star Wars. That, along with the movie's confounding title taken from a Miles Davis album, all but sealed the film's fate as a bomb. A dud in Friedkin's legendary 70s run. Today, however, Sorcerer has been reevaluated as an inimitable masterpiece.
This is a very, very unique film. There's absolutely nothing like it, despite the fact that it's technically a remake.
Indeed, one of the reasons Sorcerer was so controversial upon its release was because The Wages of Fear had already been adapted by French filmmaker Henri-Georges Clouzot, and that adaptation was widely celebrated. But where Friedkin's version diverges from Clouzot's is what in hindsight makes it so special. The film begins with a lengthy opening act that establishes each character and their backstories, showing us the horrible things they've done and making the events that follow seem like a form of hellish penance. For most critics at the time, this departure from the original wasn't welcomed. Film scholar Justin Chang adds that the remake also diverges aesthetically. Where Clouzot had made a model of classical screw-tightening suspense, Friedkin sought to grind the viewer's nose in the muck, to infuse the mechanics of genre with the same rough-hewn realism that had made The French Connection so grittily persuasive. This distinctive aesthetic, which at the time was mistaken for amateurism, is now seen as an effective way to build the film's mood.
It's got a wonderful tone to it and a real sense of dread and desperation.
It's a very hellish film, and inside hell is a lot of anxiety. I think you're in purgatory, you're thinking about all the bad things that you've done and trying to run away from them.
Where am I going?
The gritty aesthetic is anchored by a captivated performance from Roy Scheider. Stephen King once argued, Roy Scheider had 2 great roles, Chief Brody in Jaws and Jackie Scanlon in Sorcerer. Scheider's performance is nuanced and a showcase for why he was seen as one of New Hollywood's finest actors.
I think this road's better for us because it's higher.
We take this one.
No, you don't understand. This road is too low. It goes through the swamp. There's too much mud.
Can't you read a map? We have no information on that road.
You're full of You take that road.
We follow the map.
Of course, some of the realism in his performance came from the circumstances of the shoot.
The actors are not pretending to be hot and dirty and without sleep. They actually are hot and dirty and without sleep.
If there is one thing Sorcerer is remembered for, however, it is the death-defying set pieces. And one in particular.
We're gonna cross that bridge, and you're gonna guide me. Because I can't do it alone.
The stuff with that truck on the bridge is pretty remarkable.
The bridge sequence has gone down as one of the most breathtaking action sequences in history, and considering Friedkin largely did it for real, one of the most dangerous.
The bridge scene is just one of the great suspense moments in cinema. It's one of the great filming of sequences, the imagery itself, the editing.
As Tarantino notes, the action sequences aren't just impressive because they are done practically, they are also a masterclass in building tension. Because the stakes are clear and grounded, and the shot choices are deliberate, each piece of action pulls the audience to the edge of their seat.
He delivers action sequences which I would argue are possibly the best ever filmed. The scene is exhausting and he takes one track across the bridge and then without giving a damn for what you think, he then takes the next one across, and without it ever becoming absurd and without it being removed from the laws of physics and probability, it is a scene of magisterial tension and excitement. I think if anybody's ever even slightly interested in directing action on any level, you'd have to say that these scenes in Sorcerer are right up at the very top of what's ever been achieved.
The movie's tension is bolstered by a groundbreaking score from Tangerine Dream, the legendary electronic musical artists just getting their start.
They were using real instruments and they started to use electronic synthesizers. There's few movies that you can listen to the soundtrack and are immediately transported to the vibe of the movie in like such an intense way, and this is one of them.
In the end, while Sorcerer may have been a disappointment commercially, it has aged into something that most directors would be proud to have on their resume. Today, the movie and its release have come to be seen as a turning point for Hollywood. Justin Chang writes, "The failure of Sorcerer looks like a grim prophecy of where the film industry would be headed in the years to come. It signaled that the creative ambitions of New Hollywood and its indulgence of stubborn renegade auteurs had been cast aside for a new and dispiriting blockbuster ethos." But while the blockbuster continues to reign supreme, the influence of Sorcerer persists among indie filmmakers and artists who refuse to compromise their vision. Are you yourself inspired by Sorcerer? Get started on your own movie with StudioBinder's pre-production services, including everything from scheduling to storyboarding software. Until next time, don't get lost in the jungle.
This is the wrong road!